Question will be from Joe Bettner with the Norman Transcript, and then we'll go to Ryan Aber. Joe?
Hey, Drake. Just with this weekend going up against, not the first time, but going up against your old high school teammate, Charlie Kohler. Curious, man, if you've had the chance to maybe reflect on how special it is for the both of you guys to, have the success you've had at your respective programs and to meet up in the Big 12 championship game.
Oh yeah, it's definitely awesome to be able to see a guy that you went to school with that was a really good friend of mine, being another receiver in the receiving corps back in Norman North. But seeing him have that success, I'm really happy for him. And we're both extreme competitors, and so I mean it'll be fun to be able to play each other. It's a good thing we're both on offense, so we'll have to face each other.
Have you had much communication with him throughout the season?
Yeah, just every now and then. I think after the first game when I had scored my first touchdown, he shot me a nice text, and we just shoot each other a couple of texts about plays we've seen over the season. But yeah, just little stuff.
Thanks, Drake.
Ryan Aber, the Oklahoman, and then Eric Bailey.
Yeah, Drake, wanted to ask you about Theo Weiss. What stands out to you about him, and especially what he's been able to do for this offense since the first time that you played these guys?
Theo's just an outstanding receiver. I mean, he's got a big physical frame, and I mean, he uses it to his ability, to his advantage. Being physical, getting guys off, and being great with his hands. And then obviously he's very sure-handed. He makes a lot of tough, competitive catches, and with any great receiver, you like to see that. And so, I mean, he's definitely still progressing and just still getting better and better. And that's definitely great thing for our offense.
Appreciate it, Drake.
Eric Bailey, Tulsa World, and then Jason Kersey.
Hey, Drake, you've been around a lot of OU quarterbacks, both when you were younger and now as a player. Does Spencer remind you of any of the quarterbacks that you've been around?
I can't necessarily name one just because it's not like I was really playing with them. I was just, watching them. But I think Spencer's definitely a special talent and a great leader for our offense, and he's doing a great job.
What would you say his confidence level is going into this game? Especially, you guys haven't had a game in a long time. What's his confidence level like going into Saturday?
I think we just got to be, confident in our preparation. If you prepare well and prepare well for the task at hand, I mean, that's really all there is to it. And so just trust our preparation, trust our game plan, have confidence in this team and what we can do, and just go out and do that.
Thank you, Drake.
Okay, let's go to Jason Kersey, the Athletic, and then John Hoover.
Hey, Drake, when you look across at your defensive teammates and see how well they're playing, you've kind of been here since Coach Grintz arrived. What have you seen? What have they done to sort of change the mentality over there to get to the point where they're playing as well as they are?
I don't know. It's just that practice, just all the time. And there's just it's just more intense. It feels like on that side of the ball. I mean, they take it unbelievably seriously now. I mean, of course you have to, but I mean, they're just, I don't know, they're just willing each other to be better every single day. And I think that they're pushing each other themselves, not just the coaches having to get on, but with each other, knowing that missing a tackle or missing a gap or missing something like that they can't have that. And so they hold each other accountable and push each other to be better every day. And I think it's been showing definitely that they have gotten a lot better.
Thanks, Drake.
John Hoover, SI Sooners, and then Kerry Murdoch.
Hey, Drake, you've been around here long enough now, the program, that you've seen this team, whether you were on the field or not, you've seen this team lose a midseason game and end up back in the championship game. That's exactly where you guys are back at now. I wonder if you can maybe speak to what quality that takes, being able to drop a game and everybody counts you out and you guys just stick with the process and you're back where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be resilient, especially in this business. I mean, everyone wants to see you win, and I mean, the minute you lose, they count you out or throw you to the side and just forget about you. And I mean, that's fine. Everyone on the outside doesn't have anything to do with us. I mean, all the people in this building, in that locker room, are the only people we need and the only people who we care about what they think. And so we just continue to push ourselves and know that dropping that game, I mean, we can't have that. And so we're going to continue to do our best to just bounce back and trying to continue to win games and keep that same goal, is just get better every day. And at the end of the day, yeah, that's all that matters.
One more for you on Iowa State's defense. They're good at every level, especially in the secondary as well. What stands out to you about them individually and as a unit?
Yeah, no, they're definitely a very talented defense, and their scheme is a lot different than a lot of people play. Implementing that new three safety defense, and I mean, like you said, they're great at all levels. I mean, and the run fits their third safety, that Robber. I mean, he comes downhill and he's ready to hit. I mean, that's definitely one thing that stands out, and I mean, they'll be a tough matchup, but looking forward to it.
Thanks, Drake.
Kerry Murdoch, Sooner Scoop, and then James Hale.
Hey, Drake. I know Lincoln after the Baylor game, was kind of upset with himself just about, practice and things like that. I know you guys were down then, a lot of people because of COVID, but leading into a game like this, how much more intense are practices and how much happier, has everybody been with just the pace of practice over the last couple of weeks coming off that Baylor game?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say practice. I mean, it's always very intense just because they always are striving to make us, better. And obviously, that was a unique situation being out, however many guys we were out. But I mean, I would say practice. It's been more intense this week. I mean, of course, everyone knows what we have on the line, what we have coming up, and so I mean, I think everyone wants to be, like I said, preparation is key, and everyone wants to make sure they're preparing like it's the game today, and because if you've already played the game, say 5 days out of 7, and you go and play it again. I mean, you're going to be prepared. And so we just got to continue to treat it like that and come with that mindset every day.
Does it make it more fun? Is it easier to kind of play through pain?
Yeah, I would say it's more fun. I mean, the energy out there is contagious. Like, guys, instead of, say, if guys are jogging around, if guys are really, running around, people are moving, we're talking, cheering each other on, encouraging each other. I mean, that stuff's contagious for everyone. I mean, I don't care if you're trying to not let it get to you. I mean, you're gonna feel that energy, and you're even going to play better, move better, have more energy yourself.
Thanks, Drake.
James Hale, KREF, and then Brandon Drum.
Drake, you do a good job from that slot receiver finding holes in defenses, especially in zone coverage and things. You talked earlier about how complicated Iowa State's secondary is, or how difficult it is to go against. Can you take us through what a week is like for you as you try to study and try to find those holes in Iowa State's defense?
Yeah, I mean, I just try and, watch their game film and watch their games against certain teams that their offenses might line up in formations or do things that are similar to us, and try and see how they move and how they move into those zones and how they fit on run blocks and things like that. And then when I'm watching them, I try and think of, some of our plays and try and imagine them on that field, something that looks similar another team's running. I can imagine myself doing that, and see how to run it, see how to block it, see where to settle up. I mean, little things like that, but it's definitely not easy. You gotta really lock in and focus up and try and learn something throughout the week to make sure you're prepared.
Is it a tough defense to go against? I mean, difficult from a schematic standpoint?
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, it's, like I said, it's unique. Not everyone does it, and I don't think everyone can do it. You have to be able to really teach it, and you have to have players that fit that scheme. And I think they've definitely found it there.
Thanks, man.
Brandon Drum, OU Insider, and then Barry Trammell. I forgot that Brandon is not with us. Let's go to Barry and then Lee Benson.
Yeah, Drake, you guys won 5 straight Big 12 titles. How much pride do you take in that as a program, and how much do you want to extend it and continue the domination of the conference?
Right. Yeah. I mean, every year is a new year, but I mean, you definitely want to continue that success. You don't want to be the team that, maybe broke that streak. I mean, obviously the end goal, I mean, is to win a Big 12 championship, to be the best of your conference. And that's what is expected. I mean, that's the standard here. You come to places like this for that reason. And so, I mean, I would definitely say, yeah, that but we're not going out to defend them. We're going out to, claim another one, to take another one, and we're in the hunt too, just like everybody else. So.
Thanks.
And we'll go to Lee Benson with KWTV.
Hey, Drake, I apologize. I know this was a couple weeks ago now, and you may have touched on this before. I'm not sure, but when Coach Stoops was out there for, I think the one day, there was pictures of him helping out in that regard. I know for you, I know I think he was helping out with kind of everything around, but what was that like for you having your dad out there on the practice field, or at least the one time, and then also being nominated for the Burlsworth Trophy? How about that? What does that mean to you?
Well, yeah, I have my dad out there. I mean, it's not anything crazy to me. I mean, I see the guy like every other week. So, I mean, it's pretty normal. I mean, I guess that's cool for everyone else. But to me, it's just, I mean, that's all right. I don't really think about that. But the Burlsworth Trophy is definitely a huge honor to be nominated for. And I'm definitely very grateful. And, you know, I mean, that's very exciting. It's a huge honor. But obviously, there's bigger things to think about, bigger things ahead right now. And think about that later. But it's definitely an honor.
When you walk on, is that even on your mind? Did you even know about that? Because I know Baker won it before, but
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't know if I'd ever be nominated for it, even reach that level to have a chance for that. But, you know, I just put my head down and went to work and continue to do that every day. And, you know, wherever I end up at the end of however long I'm here, that's because of that.